Okay, pressed.
All right. Well, I'm really happy to be here. And I have a lot in common with most of you because I am a 14-year breast cancer survivor. And like many of you, I was hanging out with the bald head and the not feeling that great because of chemo. I was 37 when I was diagnosed, and like many of you, there was no history of cancer in my family. I had a fairly healthy lifestyle, and when I went in to get the results of my biopsy, which I had been assured it was just a fatty lump, I'm sure it was nothing, I heard those dreaded words, just like y'all did, "You have cancer." And I didn't take it very well. I looked at her and I said, you know, that just can't be possible. I'm 37 years old. I have no history of breast cancer in my family. My doctor told me I was coming here to have a fatty lump removed, and I've heard you're a really good doctor, but you know, I just think you've made a mistake and you need to go back and do these tests again. Sound familiar?
You're telling my story.
Yeah, exactly. And she says to me, well, you know, I'm sorry, Paul, I understand that you're shocked and you're disappointed, but we are going to need to do a mastectomy, and you'll probably end up having chemotherapy. And by the way, we need to do that really soon because, as you might notice, I'm 8.5 months pregnant. So there was a time frame factor in there. And I basically got hysterical in her office. Oh my God, oh, what's going to happen to me? This can't be right. And they tapped me on the shoulder and said, well, our surgical coordinator is going to come talk to you, and we'll call your husband to come get you. So that was my introduction to the life-changing word called cancer. And just like every single one of you, I was shocked, I was angry, I was frustrated, I was upset, but most of all, I was scared to death. Absolutely scared to death, because it doesn't matter if you're diagnosed as stage 1 or stage 4, when you hear the C word, it's, oh my God, I'm going to die, what's going to happen to my husband, what's going to happen to my family, what's going to happen to my parents, what am I going to do, I don't know how to manage this, I don't know what to do. And we are literally thrown into chaos. You know, it's the worst possible thing could happen. And you know what? Us human beings don't respond well to chaos. We like to be able to have a measure of control over what's happening to us. We like to have an idea what to expect coming down the pike. And in a brief moment of one word, doctor's conversation, it's gone. It's absolutely gone. And like many of you, the time between finding out that I had cancer and actually getting through the surgery and starting the chemo were one of the worst points in time because my mind imagined the worst. Absolutely the worst. And then, once I kind of found out, well, okay, it's stage this, it hasn't spread to the lymph nodes, and you're going to do a mastectomy, and then you're going to have chemotherapy, I was like, okay, you know, kind of my stronger self kicked in. And I was like, okay, you know, I can do this. So, chemo was lovely, the curling 3 days.
Lovely.
Oh yeah, lovely, curling 3 days after your treatment. The lovely G.I. Jane look that came along. I'm being facetious.
Okay.
The famous "I'm fine" face. Gosh, you don't look sick. Oh, I'm fine. Man, you know, did you used to smoke or something? No. Yes, but I'm fine. My personal favorite. Gosh, I lost my mom to cancer and it was really awful. Oh, thank you for sharing that with me. I'm fine. You know, so we're thrown into chaos. People don't understand what's happening. And we don't really have a whole lot of support. Although our medical community does an awesome job of treating us medically, we're so busy trying to fight for our lives that the emotions often get covered up and we suffer from it. I know that I was lonely, depressed, angry, guilty, frustrated, okay, I'll just say it, pissed off like crazy because this was not supposed to happen to me. And oftentimes I have experienced all of those emotions in a period of about 15 minutes. And that's something that I want to share with you guys today, is that the roller coaster of emotions that inevitably accompany a cancer diagnosis, guess what? They're normal. You know, they're normal. You're not weak. You're not You're not wrong. You shouldn't be embarrassed. And you're human. You are absolutely human. Absolutely human by feeling those